Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Raghavan Mishra, and in today's video we are going to automate both valid and invalid login scenarios for a sample web application using Selenium and Pytest. We will also take a closer look at how functions, fixtures and assertions help make our test more efficient. Don't worry, we will go through everything step by step, so it is going to be super easy to follow. So let us get started. Okay, so let me go to my Selenium Python project inside PyCharm IDE, and let me just create one Python file with the login test. This name can be you can give any name you want. Okay, inside which I will be importing the Pytest. Okay, so in case if Pytest is not installed, it will throw one error. Okay, so you can verify if it is installed or not, and if not, then you can install it from here or using pip. So simply you just go to the terminal and type pip install and Pytest. Okay, so if you want to uninstall it, okay, just to mimic the error, you can uninstall it from your project, and there will be one error on this. Okay, once it is uninstalled, okay, you can see the error now, right? And there is a way to install it from here also. Okay, and there is a way to install it from the setting also. So you can go to the Python interpreter in your project, okay, and just click here, and you should see the pip, not pip, Pytest. Okay, so if it is in white, it means it is not installed for your project. You can install it from here also. Either way is fine. Okay, I'm installing it from UI. I can, in the similar way, I can install it from the terminal, the way I have uninstalled it. So you have seen many ways to install or uninstall the Pytest for your project. Okay, so it has been installed successfully. Now you can close this, and you can also verify again if it is installed. Then it will be in the blue color, Pytest. Okay, so you can see it is highlighted with the blue color. It means it is installed. You can close, you can see, click on OK, and see that error is gone. Okay, so there are many ways, several ways to install that Pytest package. Okay, once it is installed, you can just import certain modules from the libraries like Selenium. From Selenium you can import WebDriver from Selenium WebDriver, Chrome service. You can import service. You can see all these are highlighted because we have not used them inside the test file. Okay, in this Python file we have not used these imports, so it is in a disabled state as of now. It seems to be in disabled state. Okay, once we start using these module, then it will be highlighted. Okay, it will be active. So we can import by a module also from the WebDriver, common by, import by. Okay, this is to find the locator. By is used to find the locator. Okay, from the latest Selenium in Python. And the next is we are going to import WebDriver wait module also, and the expected condition. So it will be there in the WebDriver, and so there is a support package and UI. So from here we are going to import. Just give import, and then WebDriver wait we can import. Okay, Selenium WebDriver, just give control. From here I will import just give control and a space bar. It will suggest like we are importing expected condition module also. Now here we are going to write the Pytest fixture. Okay, why Pytest? Pytest is basically this particular import, or this particular library is important to run multiple tests within the Python file. Okay, so with like we have test ng, right, and JUnit. So similarly we can use unit test or the Pytest in the Python, okay, when you are using Python and Selenium, okay, and when you are using Selenium with Python, of course. So I'm going to write the fixture, and so this is going to be the decorator for my function which is following this. So here the scope I can define, the scope will be module. You can define for session and function also. With this module, what is going to be happen is, like with this decorator, I mean whatever tests are there in this particular Python file, this particular fixture will be available for all those test run. Okay, so inside this we are going to write one function called setup browser, okay, so which is going to initialize the, just after colon I hit enter, and this will be, the control will be here. So you just need to make sure the indentation is followed properly. All right, so now let me create the service object and the service, and here I will be giving the executable path of my Chrome driver. Okay, so I'm going to execute my test on the Chrome, so it is going to be my test Chrome driver. Okay, so this is downloaded over here, and then I can give the path of this particular wherever I have kept it. So just click OK and give the path here. Okay, and you can give the Chrome driver exe. So between folder you need to give this double slash. Okay, you are in Windows. If it is on Linux, then you have to use /. Here also you can use /. One / will be enough, and but followed by the drive name. Okay, so this is fine. Now let me create the object of driver, WebDriver basically. So okay, so in the Chrome constructor I'm going to pass this service. Okay, service equal to service. Okay, so this is this has been passed as an argument to this Chrome constructor. Okay, so with this my driver will be initialized, and now I can call my website or web application. Okay, so you need to pass the URL of that particular website. So this is going to be my website, and I'm going to write two scenarios for this particular login scenario. One is valid and one is invalid. With the valid, I'll be clicking on login, and I should be able to successfully logged into the site, basically home page. Okay, so that I will verify, and then I will give some wrong credentials and click on login, and it will throw one error which I will capture. So I have to pass both the tests with the assertion. Okay, all right, so here this is the site URL, and once you provide the site URL, you are basically done with the initialization. With a couple of more things you can add here, like you can maximize the window, you can also add the implicit wait, okay, for 10 second or 20 second, right? So this is like to define the condition globally for each and every web element on the page, that up to 10 second it will wait for, WebDriver will wait for that application, that web element, okay, before it throws the no such element exception. Okay, so this is how you can add, and then you can give yield. So what does that mean? Yield is like you are sending the control back to the function, and then the function is complete, then it will come to here and execute the next statement. So you can quit the driver also. So this is the special method. Okay, because here we are giving the decorator with the fixture. Okay, so now it will be executed once for each and every test within this module. Okay, so, and which Pytest will actually execute. So my test should start from test underscore prefix, otherwise Pytest will not come to know that this is the test which I am going to execute. Okay, now you can give any name after this. Okay, valid login, and then I will pass setup browser, and these are the method. Okay, these are the method which will be known to the Pytest with this prefix. If you don't give this prefix, I mean, it will not come to know that this is my method which I'm going to execute. This will be treated as a normal method. Okay, so with this test, I mean, it will be executed. Okay, and the result will be shown. Basically this will be executed by the Pytest. Okay, like test ng execute your test with test annotation and all. Alright, so next is like you can just give the driver and initialize with the setup browser. So this is the argument which you have actually passed here, and it will be initialized everything, and then driver will be initialized with the setup browser method. Okay, with this decorator always set module, I mean scope is set to the module. Okay, so this will be available to this function, one more function, I mean this setup browser can be called. Okay, this particular method will be called. All right, so now what you can do, you can just identify the XPath of the web element. So with this find element and by dot, so there are multiple ways to find the locator by the name, XPath, ID, CS selector, tag name, class name, clear text finder. All right, so link test. So I will cover that in the how to find the element. Okay, what is a locator and how to find the element in the DOM. I will cover in the next video, but for now just go with a name or XPath. Okay, for the simplicity of this video, or I mean there are three, I can tell you right here also if you want. So let me find one. No worries. So here in the dev console, just press Ctrl F, and then just with this arrow just place the cursor here, so this will be highlighted. Okay, so now Ctrl F, and with this Ctrl F, what you are supposed to do, see, you have to use // it will be actually searching for that particular element in the entire DOM. Now all right, in the DOM, and basically it will be relative. Okay, so we are going to find the relative path. So with this what I can okay, I have to live here, and this particular element is highlighted. So what is the unique here? Input, I mean input is the tag and the name, right? So you have to use one of the attribute which can help us identify this particular element on the page, and uniquely identify the element on the page. Okay, so let me see with this input tag if I can add name equal to, what was the name was username, I believe. Yeah, so this is how you can find that user name, and just give close. See, you can identify. So now there are, this is XPath, and there is a way by name. If this particular name doesn't exist for any other this particular name attribute doesn't exist, name equal to username, this particular username is not available for any other element on the web page, then you can probably use the by dot name also. Okay, to find the locator. So if I have to try with this name, I can give like this, and I have to give the name username. Okay, so I have tried this, and we can identify with this username also, not a problem. Okay, so rename from our scope, that is all fine. Let us see user, let me see user and pass equal to driver dot find element. Okay, by dot name, and then it should be capital. Okay, and then for the password, I mean it is name is password, so we can use by dot name also. Okay, locator to find the element password. Okay, now here what you have to do, pass is something password, and user name some error is coming, but yeah, somewhere, I mean, like in here also we would have, you know, defined. So let us not worry about this too much, because yeah, we are importing from here. So yeah, just remove that and you're good now. Okay. Right. You have found the, you know, locator for the username and password. Now you have to click on the login after you enter the particular, you know, username and password. So how you would enter that? Username dot send keys, and you have to pass admin, and for password dot send keys you have to pass admin 123. Okay, and then you have to click on login. So you have to find the XPath of that login also, login button. So driver, okay, driver dot find dot XPath by dot XPath. And what is that XPath? That XPath is, you can also get that XPath right using this. Otherwise you can use selector hub if you are uncomfortable you know, finding this for time being. In the next video I will cover the how to find the XPath also, though I have showed you like how to find the XPath for the username and password for this particular new use case or for this particular login scenario, okay, test case. And this is how you can find the XPath of this submit login button. So type is submit and this is button, so button and then @ type, and the type is equal to submit. Okay, so this is the XPath. Okay, see, with this I am able to, you know, identify, and this is the only finding. Okay, 1 of 1, there is no other element with this XPath. I can use this then. Okay, I should use the one which can be uniquely identify the element on the page. So now I can click on this and see we are ready with the fixture, and there are two method as of now, though we have not added the we have not used this WebDriver wait or expected condition, but let us see if we can run this, you know, test or not. So it will be executing, it will be calling setup browser method here. Okay, and it will go and till here, maximize everything, wait for this, and then it will go back to the driver. Okay, driver will execute each and every test, and then it will quit the browser. So let us run. I will go ahead and click on the run Python test and login. Okay, so let us see if it is actually launching the browser and clicking on the login button after entering the username and password. See, it has passed. Now time to, you know, put the assertion. Okay, so now we have seen like how to define the function, and now we have seen how to use the fixture. Okay, so this scope might be function session for time for this particular test. The scope I am setting it to module is nothing but it will be valid for entire file. Okay, for all the tests within this Python file Pytest. Okay, now let me just put the assertion also. Okay, so how I would you know, put the assertion. So there are multiple, I mean, plain, and we can expect like, okay, after login I would go to the home page. Okay, I would go to the home page. Now I should know like what is there in the home page, so I can, you know, just verify one of the element over here. Maybe dashboard is common. Okay, after every login maybe my password or something is changing, but the dashboard is kind of, you know, constant. So I can pick that particular element just to make sure that I have already logged into this particular, you know, site. So I'm using selector plugin here, and I'm copying the relative XPath. Okay, for timing. Otherwise you can just go inspect and manually you can find the, you know, class. So this might be the XPath also, h6. Okay, a class equal to this. Okay, so that has been copied, or, you know, with the help of selector hub I would have, you know, I have copied already. Okay, so I can paste that here for time being. Okay, now yeah, something like this. Okay, so this is the XPath. Okay, Now what I have to do, so before entering the path, this one, validating the visibility of this particular XPath or this particular dashboard, I can just store that in the dashboard variable, and I can call WebDriver wait method, and let me, with the help of driver, I'm just waiting for that WebDriver to wait for that element to be visible. Okay, so just making sure that particular element is visible after you log in. After you click on login button, right, it will take some time to get login to that particular home page, or to make that particular dashboard element visible. We will wait for 10 seconds here. Okay, so until what, until that EC, I can just mention here, or expected condition. I can just use some alias also. Let me use EC as alias for expected condition. So expected condition here is my EC. So EC, and then visibility I can check, right? So visibility of element located, and then I can use XPath, right? By dot XPath, XPath, which is my this XPath. Okay, good, right? So now I can give like this, and then we are good, right? So I'm just checking if this XPath is present in this 10 second or not. So I'm waiting, I'm making this WebDriver wait for this 10 second until this element is visible, this particular XPath is visible. So what I'll do, I will just put assert, and with this assert, what I'm going to do, I'm just, this is my actual thing. Okay, and this is my expectation. Okay, assert dashboard. So we are just going to see if it is present in the dashboard text or not. So where we have export, right? So I'm going to export the, I'm going to extract the XPath out of this particular class file. Okay, out of this element I'm going to extract the text, and if that text is matching, my test is passed. Otherwise I will fail this test with this message. Okay, login failed with valid credentials. Okay, something like this. So this is the end of my first test. Then I can probably go ahead and log out from this. So I will find the XPath of this quickly, XPath, and then I can simply give, okay, no need to store. You can store, just for better readability, you can store that in some variable and then try. Otherwise you can use this XPath directly and click on this. Okay, then you can use, so I'm clicking on that link, which will actually show me that logout element by dot XPath, and value is, again I have to find the XPath of that relative XPath. Okay, so logout, I'm going to click on logout. Okay, so normalize space basically is used. Otherwise you can find as per your own convenience. Okay, so here the XPath of these two link has been found out, and with this it will be actually logging out from this application and go back to the login page again. Okay, for my second test too, and with that my second test will be ready, and we will be again quitting, we will be quitting the browser, and we will be initializing the setup browser method again. Okay, with this fixture which is applicable for module. Okay, so with this I can say my test is done. Okay, let me run this particular test and see how it goes. And then once it is done, then we can probably say it is passed, and let us see how the assertion works. See, it has shown me my which test is passed. We can get to know from here. Okay, so my login test is passed. Okay, I'll also talk about like how the login can be done in my next video, how we can see the report. Okay, so just stay tuned in this channel. I'll create complete series, basically the play I will on the Selenium with Python. Okay, so for now just go back to the requirement. Basically, let's come back to the requirement and create one more function for invalid scenario. So as I said, like you have to add this test underscore prefix, right, before writing any test for before writing any Pytest. Okay, so this is kind of you can understand that as a just annotation basically, right? Okay, so now invalid login, I can mention invalid login. So everything will be same, so I can copy paste maybe invalid login, so it won't take much time now. Invalid login, and I have to pass setup browser, and here okay you have to give colon, and then here you have to again initialize driver, not the WebDriver, driver with the setup browser. Okay, and you can copy till here. Okay, so all this can be copied, and then we will be clicking on this, and there will be different, since it will not let us log in, and instead it will show the error message. I can give some wrong password or anything, or wrong password, okay, something like that, and then I will click on this. So let us see for what is going to happen, and how if we are able to run two tests with the Pytest or not. So if this situation happens, it will actually give me some invalid credentials. Okay, so this particular exception or error will be thrown, which I can capture. Okay, so I can capture the XPath. Okay, so add class, we have captured this XPath, which we are going to use for now. Let it be as is. Okay, so now after this I can capture that error message. So that is nothing but this message, basically whatever we have just found. Okay, we can extract the text also from this. So now what we can do is since we have got this, so we can probably store, and we can wait for the visibility of this message, like we have done for the dashboard, right? In my previous test we have done for this. Okay, easy visibility of element located. So now for the error message also we can wait. So WebDriver will wait. It will wait for maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 should be enough, I think. All right, so then until what okay, so until that element is visible, you see visibility of the element located. Okay, so now the text path by dot xpath, and then this xpath will come into the picture. So we are waiting for this particular element to come up when there is any error. Okay, all right, I think we are good with it. Okay, so you can adjust it accordingly. Just make sure indentation is proper. Okay, and then we can put assert element also. We can put assert, and we can expect this invalid. What is there? Invalid. Okay, if you see, I mean, this will be there in the text also. So somewhere here in this invalid credentials. Okay, so you can expect this text in what, in this error message. Okay, in error message text you can expect that error message. I can expect that in the error message, right? Why it is not visible? Something wrong? Yeah, assert should be in the proper indentation, right here. Now see, this is, that error is gone. Now if it is not, okay, then else part is error message not displayed for the invalid login. Okay, displayed for invalid login. Okay, so with this my two tests are, we are done with the two tests. Let us run that. Okay, whether both are getting executed or not. So the first one, what happened? Something wrong. One passed. Which one? Test invalid login. Why? What happened to the next one? First one, click, and then we can give some weight also here. Let us run from, yeah. Okay, it has logged in. It has to log out. Then it will attempt for bad password, and see, it has executed both the tests. Okay, so just in case if it is not executing any of the tests, might be you have to look for certain like timings, like whether it is required to add some kind of a delay due to latency. I mean, there are chances that it may not execute certain condition, and it just get out of that particular loop or flow. So just make sure both the tests are executed with the Pytest. All right, so here you can see everything is kind of finished, and we can see our test valid login passed and invalid login also passed, because here we are deliberately trying to actually passing the test. Okay, we are expecting that invalid credentials text is present in that error message. Okay, in this particular otherwise we will make this particular test failed also. So this is how you can automate the login scenarios. Okay, valid case and invalid case also. Okay, so that's it from this video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I will see you in the next video of the Selenium with Python series. Till then, keep learning, and thanks for watching.